All right, please identify yourself, sir.
My name is Jerry Bryson.
And when did you serve in Berlin, Germany?
I've served in Berlin from October of 1965 until October 1968.
And you're a member of what organization?
I'm a member of the Berlin U.S. Military Veterans Association, an organization that has been in existence since 1996.
And you just got drummed out of office, didn't
I
you?
did. They even escorted me outside and broke my sword over their knee and ran me out the front gate.
You served in what office for how long?
And as president, well, let's see. I served as president from 2018, I guess, up until, 2023, 2018, you're going to have to edit this, up until just a few moments ago here in 2023.
And why would you recommend that somebody who has served in Berlin join Berlin U.S. Military Veterans Association?
Well, it's for my part, it is an organization. It's an active organization that we're very much active in keeping in touch with one another, in telling each other's stories through our Berlin Observer, which is kind of a knockoff of the name of the newsletter or newspaper that was around when we were there. It was called the Berlin Observer, but now it's called the BUSMVA Observer. And it's the same thing, telling stories and telling or giving information about the organization and what we do, and of course how to join it. The types of stories that would make a person probably interested in finding out more about the association and looking up at information about how to join and contacting someone.
What do you think people need to know about the military who served in Berlin and what job they did there during the periods that you served?
Well, that's the beauty of it. We find out that as we get into the organization that we've got members who served in all capacities, during the Cold War era, which was 1945 to 1991, and we've had them all in all ranks. We've had them from that were when they were on active duty, from privates to we've had a two-star general, and we've had a deputy commander too here at one point. So it's one of those things that's don't necessarily think that you have to have been a particular rank in order to have been in order to have been qualified or want to join, because everybody has a story about their time in Berlin, and that's what makes us a very unique group, and that's what I think that makes it enjoyable about the reunions, because we have an annual reunion, and it moves all around the United States, and then every 4 years we go back to Berlin, to have that reunion. Now, even though Berlin has changed a great deal in the time that most of us have been gone from there, it's still a very interesting place, to see and visit, because Berlin is an old city. It's historical, and there's more than you can ever see there in just one visit.
Is there anything about Americans and Berliners that you think is special or that merits the attention of the global community?
Well, Berliners, especially during our era, or during my era when we were there, which was the Cold War era. Of course, it was divided between East and West Berlin, and of course we looked upon it, of course, as the Westerners had been governed and reconstituted after the Second World War to democracy, and to the way of life that most other people and most other major countries get to enjoy, and they took to it quite readily. But on the eastern side, the East Berlin and East Germany, of course, they were under the control of the Soviet Union and the Warsaw Pact countries at the time, and they were pretty well hamstrung with socialism and communism. But as time moved on, now they tried it at first. In 1953, there was an uprising that ended up, being all over East Germany and East Berlin too, that there was an uprising that looked like it might be the starting point of the East Berliners and East Germans chafing at the fact that they were really being put upon by the Soviets. But that thing lasted only 2 days and didn't resurface again until 1980s, when they finally, at one point there, and I've read this a number of times, is how it happened, and all of a sudden one day, as I say, the wheels came off and the wall opened up and they rushed out, and what followed a short time later was reunification. Berlin once again was the capital of Germany, that they moved the capital back from Bonn up to Berlin, and that's one of the unique things about the place now, is of course it is Germany reunified. And one of the things that I think that I thought when I was there and when I left and for some times thereafter was that, this is just the way it's going to be, and it never will get any better. The Soviets Russians, have pretty much have control of what's going on, and they're not going to allow it to change. But you never know what sort of events, can make these things, get out of hand, at least for the other side, and lose control, and the next thing they know, they have to leave too.
Thank you, Jerry.
Okay.
Appreciate your time.